Joel James.
Thank you, Clive, and I would also like to start by thanking the Commissioner for her report. It is disappointing to read that many young people are still not reaching out to the Commissioner and the support that her office has to offer. Indeed, this was an issue raised last year by the Children and Young People Education Committee, who asked the Commissioner to reflect upon the way that the Commissioner's office engages with young people, and it's frustrating to see that it is still an issue. With this in mind, I would have hoped for some detail and evidence in the report around what has been done to specifically address engagement with children and young people, rather than simply to say that they've made every effort and that they will be working with young people to see if they have sufficient support elsewhere. This is a crucial part of the Children's Commission, and there should have been evidence as to how engagement is taking place. Hopefully this will be addressed in future editions. It is clear that the lack of engagement with the service shows that young people are not entirely clear as to what support is actually offered. When I recently accessed the Commissioner's website, I was surprised at how corporate it was, focusing more on reporting publications, strategies and ambitions rather than helping children access the service and understand what help they can receive. If this is the main point of information and contact for young people, then I can clearly see why the Commissioner's office is only being contacted on average by less than 2 people a day. I must admit I would have expected to see case studies and a child or youth-friendly website that provides more evidence for young people rather than just a set of contact details and working examples of how the Commissioner has helped people. The YouTube video that they have, that presumably is there to encourage young people to contact them, refers to children in the third person, as they, rather than speaking directly to them. And it also highlights being treated unfairly as a cause for concern, but doesn't go into any detail of what unfairly is. Use of relevant and contextual examples here would achieve a much bigger impact. Moreover, this website could provide the starting point for children and young people and their families to find out what support is available to them and help them on the journey to accessing it. With this in mind, I would like to see the Welsh Government challenge the Children's Commissioner on this and to make it clear to young people and children what help and support they can receive. I also believe that criteria should be put in place where the Commissioner could be held accountable. Moving on, I would like to pick up on the point that the Commissioner herself has made regarding the ALN Act as not always impacting children positively. I believe this is a really crucial and significant finding, and I hope that the Commissioner will be able to help provide further insight and inform the Education Minister of the Act's failings. I'm interested in seeing the ALN Act amended because I have constituents in my region who have been severely impacted by the legislation, particularly those children who have diabetes. They have found that because of the ALN Act does not allow schools to receive extra funding for teachers' aid to help those children with diabetes, then these children are being denied the same opportunities to learn as everyone else. As those here in the Chamber will be aware, the Commissioner has listed 5 recommendations for the Welsh Government to tackle child poverty seriously, as expressed in the report and added as an amendment to the motion today. Child poverty in Wales is not improving, which is in itself a cause for concern. As many will know, today is the International Day for the Eradication of Poverty, and whilst the recommendation for the Welsh Government to produce a detailed child poverty action plan is a strong recommendation, and one that I and certainly my party would support, I feel that the other recommendations are rather indented and lack ambition. Stressing the need for improving quality alongside free school meals is unquantifiable, and it is not clear what quality the Commissioner is referring to. In terms of increased investment in play, sport and leisure facilities and youth support, while this is a very notable endeavour and something I agree with as part of building communities, it does not help a family feed their children or pay their bills, which is where a lot of poverty is manifested. Likewise, with free bus travel for children, it is not going to seriously help lift almost a third of children out of poverty in Wales. And it is a pointless recommendation when we don't have the bus service or bus network to make use of such a pass. Similarly, the final recommendation calling for more devolutions of power is not going to change the situation. Ultimately, what I think will help reduce child poverty in Wales is to help people access the rather large resources that have already been made available to them by the UK government. I've spoken previously in the Chamber about how there is almost £15 billion of unclaimed benefits per year across the United Kingdom. specifically around £1 billion of unclaimed child benefit and £2.5 billion in child tax credits. And undoubtedly, given the levels of poverty in Wales, I would argue that a considerable amount of this money would be claimable by Welsh families. Moreover, child poverty, whilst having many different causes, can be very often linked to barriers that are in place, stopping families from being able to earn enough money, such as poor public transport provision and a lack of affordable childcare. And we should be urging Welsh Government to look carefully at how to build resilience into the workforce so that they are able to adapt to changing working environments and encourage constant training of the workforce so that they release better earning potential. Thank you, Claude. And with all this in mind, I recommend that we note the report. Thank you.